Hey guys, Ryan Stanley, headmaster of mindset at Teach Me to Sell. Today's topic is pessimistic, optimistic, realistic. Which are you? Let's get to it. So first of all, a lot of the time being a headmaster of mindset, I talk to a lot of people who just assume that, we hear the old adage, half glass empty, half glass full. And then I'm just always about being happy all the time. Now, there's a part of that that's very true. I do believe creating joy is a choice. I do believe I'd rather be happy than unhappy. But a lot of the time I'll have great conversations with people who say, well, Ryan, it's great to hear that you're optimistic, but sometimes you have to just be realistic. And I think it's great, especially for those of us who are in sales, those of us who are entrepreneurs. Like that, in my opinion, to be honest with you, that is a perspective typically of somebody who comes to you as an optimist. And when someone comes to me and says, Ryan, I think it's great to be optimistic, but it's also important to be realistic. I say to them, so what makes you think that being optimist isn't realistic? What if you were to decide every day that not only is your half glass full, but that's the reality, and then I can control my reality, and I decide what's going to happen within my mind and how I'm going to react to life. And even if something very real is happening that might be considered or perceived as others as bad or negative, if I instead, in a realistic sense, recognize it as something that has happened for me and as a gift, I know there's some crazy things that happen to people out there, and there's some traumas that occur, and there's all sorts of terrible things that do happen in life. And I'm not belittling anybody's experience in any way. But I am saying, if you could say, oh, just because I'm seeing that as bad doesn't make me a pessimistic. Well, but what if you were to look at it as good? What if you were to look at it as something that was happening for you? What if you were to have a terrible sales call, and maybe you were to have 20 terrible sales calls in a row, and you were to say, this just sucks. Like today sucks, and this job sucks, and my product sucks, and I'm not a good salesperson. Like that's clearly being a pessimist, right? And an optimist might be, this is great. I just love my job. Doesn't matter. I love making these phone calls. Pessimist is going to say, listen, man, let's just be real. I'm glad that you're happy, but really this was a terrible day. We didn't make any money. Nothing really happened. Let's be real. We got to be prepared for what's next. We got to make changes. Great. And so you can still do all that with an optimistic spirit. You can still do all that with an optimistic mindset. You can make realism your optimism. You can make optimism your realism. When you decide that this is your life, today is the day for you to live and to create your business and decide what your business is going to look like next week, next month, next year. It's not about being optimistic. It is about being realistic and making your realism the one that serves you best, and the one that serves your clients best, and the one that serves your life and your career best. So don't get caught up in labels, right? Label like anything. In fact, in our course, we talk a lot about judgment. I speak a lot about judgment versus curiosity, and the value of being curious over being judgmental. And so when you judge something or someone as pessimistic or optimistic, you're putting them in a box. It means they're either one thing or another. And the truth of the matter is, what I would suggest instead is just to be curious. Who cares whether it's optimistic or pessimistic? Who do you want to be? How do you want to live your life? When all is said and done, when you look back on your life, how would you want to have experienced it? And that is a huge point when it comes down to not just being optimistic, but being realistic. So I hope this has served you. If you haven't, I'd love your opinion. Are you an optimist? Are you a pessimist? Are you somewhere in the middle? Do you even care? Let me know what your thoughts on this topic are in the comments below, and maybe it'll inspire us to have another video soon in the same category. In the meantime, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more and see what else we're up to, obviously get some great sales tips as well. Click the subscribe button, and we will see you soon.